Alright, what's up, y'all? We're back again. Another director's breakdown, this time of a music video. My boy Lucky Samurai, based out of Lansing, Michigan. Shout out to Lucky. So we didn't know what we were getting into, man. We didn't know what what the locations are like or anything. So everything is kind of freestyle in this. This opening scene right here, this opening shot is actually on a bridge on the side of the road that we shot at on the way back from Walmart. Like, I saw it and was like, yo, we need to pull over and shoot right there.
Towards the end of the shoot.
Yeah, and it ended up being pretty much like something that rode throughout the entire video. So, yeah, just thinking on your toes, man. Look out for locations. Always, like, be willing to pivot your ideas and do things kind of spontaneously. But let's get into this, man. The rest of this is really just at his apartment. This shot right here. Yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah. So that shot. So this right here is literally went to Walmart and got just green construction paper, and we just cut it out, and I just had Lucky walk around, who's the rapper, had him walk around with it in his hand, holding it like this, and had the camera in the other hand, and had him walk and hold the camera in front of himself with the paper in focus, and just make sure that the camera was stable, or as stable as he could possibly get it, excuse me, while he was walking. So that's pretty much all I told him to do, and just had him do it for a very long time so that you can go through and find parts that are smoother than others and use that. But then you can use Ultra Key in Premiere Pro or whatever you guys use, Chroma Key, and the other editors or whatever you guys use to replace that with another video. So that's kind of how we achieved that shot right there. Let's keep it going. This is all just inside his apartment. We got a red light and a green light right here. Again, $7 lights from Walmart. The stands for the lights you can get on Amazon is where I got mine from. You can look up LED light stands or anything like that. But they'll also plug into any sort of like traditional power like outlet. So if you can find a lamp or anything, like usually that works. Plug in some color lights, man. It never goes wrong. Mix the tropical flavored drinks, twisted up on a wave. I don't give a fuck when no hater think my mind. Okay, so here the sky being turned red. There's a number of ways you can go about doing this. I've done this a number of ways. I've done this with like color mats and used like gradient ramps on the color mat. This one I think I actually just used like an effect inside Premiere Pro, is like the change to color and just like change the sky from blue to red. Because it kind of matched the vibe of like his jacket. There's like red in it, and then there's like some little red in here on these doors and stuff. It's very subtle, but there's red there. And then we also had a red and green light on accident in the apartment. We didn't mean to do that because we didn't know it matched so well with his jacket, but it was a good mistake.
I seen it.
He thinks he saw it. It's like, no, I think he did see it though. He pointed that out.
Bust a packet in Vegas, mix the tropical flavored drinks, twisted up on a wave. I don't give a fuck when no hater think my mind rockin' G5.
All right, man. So right there, when you see those type of transitions, which they're really smooth, and I like them a lot. All you want to do is, with the camera when you're filming, you want to either go into something very close until the entire lens is covered with black, and then end the clip right there, or go into something with black and come back out and keep that entire shot as smooth as possible, and then shoot more clips like that throughout the shoot. And then when you're done, you'll be able to go into black with one but come out of black on a different one, or you can mix and match however you want. You can make them smooth and play around, get creative with it, man. But essentially that's all you're doing. It's a very high quality in-camera transition. So for you young directors or like, you know, aspiring music video directors or whatever, that's a good in-camera you know, thing that doesn't take you a lot of time while editing, and it's a really great effect. I love it, honestly.
Speedline. Bust a packet in Vegas.
Alright, so right here with the mirror, okay, so what's going on is the camera is on a tripod, and I'm not in the bathroom, so I had to frame the camera on a tripod over his shoulder in the bathroom and make sure that you couldn't see it in the mirror, that everything was good there, that there was nothing showing in the mirror. And what you do is you have your artist perform something just ordinary. So have them just like do what I had Lucky do, some ordinary stuff like brush his teeth, wash his face, just do some regular whatever everyday stuff. And then the second performance, have him start it off the same exact way, but have him just start rapping the song in the middle of it, and then just continue to rap the whole time. And then again, you can look up other tutorials and things like that about how to actually mask out the mirror and how to keep everything like that. But essentially that's all that's going on, man. He's performing the take 2 times. The camera's on the tripod, so it never moves. And yeah, you guys can check out how to do that.
Mix the tropical flavored drinks, twisted
So
up
again,
on
the same
wave.
thing,
I
going
don't
into
give a
black,
fuck
out
when
from
I
black,
hate a thing. My mind
transition.
rockin' G5, slipped it in the Speedline.
Make a note here too, man. The sky wasn't this color originally. It wasn't that blue and that clear. That was definitely some color grading to make it kind of match up with his jacket. Shout out to Young Perk Nowitzki, who kind of advised me, kind of like pointed that out a little bit, and we took advantage of that some. So, you know, color grading, paying attention to detail, and the colors that kind of like come through in your shots is super important. Can really make your video go up a lot. I mean, I think that's what makes this video look a lot more even high quality than it is. Really, is like the color grading in this video.
Hold it in for a long hit. Would it be that good shit?
All right, so this part, man, I wanted to talk about this part. So right here, so when he's spinning around like this, there's a part where his arm covers his sunglasses entirely, and I knew that when he came back around, I could start like revealing the glow on his glasses. So so pretty much, you know, if I wouldn't have done that, I could have started here where like his back is facing us, and then from this point forward he comes around. But that would have been a lot more work, because I mean, you're doing this frame by frame. Obviously there's a lot of work involved when you're masking this, but so I wanted to minimize the amount of time by still making it a good effect. So when his arm covered his glasses right here, I knew that every frame after that I could have his glasses like glowing like that. So again, separate tutorial on how to make the glasses glow and all that stuff, but you know, just things to look out for when you're editing. These are director's breakdown is more of like looking through the lens of us, like while we're filming and what we're thinking about when we're shooting these things, and how you guys can kind of look at your footage and discover new ways of editing. So in that case, I just knew that, you know, his glasses were covered up to one point, and I knew it'd be a cool way to go out by having the glow on his glasses for the rest of the time once he turned around like that.
My mind rocking G5, slipped it in the
The planet. All right, we gotta talk about the planet. So there's a tutorial on my channel, man, called the shockwave effect, Young Tutta shockwave effect. Go check that out on my channel. The same principle applies from that shockwave effect tutorial to applying this planet. And that's all I'll say.
Bust a packet in Vegas. Mix the tropical flavored drinks, twisted up on a wave.
Is the green construction paper
My
again.
mind rocking G5, slipped it in the Speedline.
Oh, yeah, let's talk about that real quick. Just really fast. Right here, there's an Arizona T-can on the table. And when I was shooting this, I just noticed that it was coming past my frame, but it was cutting off the entire lens of the camera. So like if my hand is the Arizona T-can, the entire can was covering the frame top to bottom vertically like that. So I knew that if I kept panning this way, I'd be able to get this transition if I went back in and masked it out. So when I saw it, I just went with it like this, masked it out, and just used it as a transition back into something else. So just, again, these are just things to look out for while you're on set. It might give you ideas that can make your video look a lot more high quality if you're like a low budget or inexperienced, you know, indie filmmaker. There's nothing wrong with that. Everybody's inexperienced at some point, you know. So we do this for, man. And that's it, man. I enjoyed this music video. Like, this makes me, it gives me good vibes, man. I like the colors. He's a cool guy too. We had a good time.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, if you have any more questions, any comments, any questions specifically about things you want tutorials on, or about how we shot certain things or what we use to shoot, if you want more in-depth tutorials about that, let us know in the comments. If you have any questions about any edits or some stuff you want to see how to do, leave a comment down there, man. Go subscribe to Perk Nowitzki on YouTube, man. Check out his beats. He makes beats. You know, we do tutorials right here. We do tutorials, we do breakdowns, we drop music videos and short films, man. All things creative, sound effect packs for you guys. So,
welcome.
So yeah, man. Darian Aurelius, Perk Nowitzki. We're out. See y'all in the next video.